In the quiet town of Eldergrove, nestled deep in the heart of Washington state, three inseparable friends, Eleanor, Amelia, and Margaret, shared a mysterious bond that went beyond the ordinary. They were secret witches, practitioners of an ancient craft passed down through generations, hidden from the prying eyes of the world. Under the veil of the dense Pacific Northwest woods, the trio gathered every night to perform their rituals. The towering evergreens stood sentinel as the flickering glow of candles and the echo of enchantments filled the air. The women, cloaked in dark robes, danced in rhythmic circles, their whispers weaving spells into the fabric of the night. Eleanor, with her piercing green eyes, held the wisdom of ages. Amelia, the quiet one, possessed an uncanny ability to commune with the spirits of the forest. Margaret, with her fiery red hair, was a master of potions and elixirs. Together, they formed an unbreakable sisterhood, bound by secrets darker than the shadows they danced within. To ensure their clandestine activities remained hidden, the trio took great care to choose a remote clearing deep within the woods, a place where the moonlight barely pierced the thick canopy, casting an otherworldly glow on the twisted roots and moss-covered rocks beneath their feet. Secrecy was their shield, and the town remained blissfully unaware of the magic that unfolded just beyond its borders. Yet the witches were not naive. They knew that discovery could bring dire consequences. If anyone stumbled upon their sacred circle, they would be marked. The trio possessed a power far beyond the mundane, and they used it cunningly to manipulate the minds of those who dared to cross their path. One fateful evening, a curious wanderer named Daniel, drawn by the distant melodies of ancient incantations, stumbled upon the witch's sacred grove. His eyes widened in awe as he witnessed the dance of shadows and heard the ethereal chants that seemed to beckon him closer. Panicking at the intrusion, Eleanor, Amelia, and Margaret turned their attention to the trespasser. With a glance, they wove a spell that would make Daniel's encounter appear as a mere hallucination. The very fabric of reality seemed to shift, and as quickly as he had arrived, Daniel found himself disoriented and lost. The trio, satisfied that their secret remained intact, continued their rituals, leaving no trace of their mystical activities behind. Eldergrove remained shrouded in ignorance, unaware of the enchantments that unfolded just beyond the tree line. And so, the three witches, bound by their secrets and the eerie pact they shared, continued to dance in the moonlit woods, their haunting laughter echoing through the evergreen expanse, forever guarding the enigma of Eldergrove. On a chilly Halloween night in Tucson, Arizona, the air was thick with an otherworldly energy. The streets were adorned with jack-o'-lanterns casting eerie glows, and the echoes of children's laughter filled the night. Yet, amidst the festive atmosphere, a lingering darkness awaited. In a quiet neighborhood, the spectral presence of two young boys, Ethan and Evan, aged 11, roamed the familiar streets. Unbeknownst to them, they had passed away a year prior in a tragic accident, but their spirits remained trapped in a state of confusion. They continued to exist in a spectral realm, oblivious to the reality of their demise. Dressed in tattered costumes, the boys wandered from door to door, their ghostly fingers reaching for candy that they could no longer taste. The living residents, unsuspecting of the ethereal visitors, merely felt a chill as they handed over sweets to the unseen presence. However, as the night unfolded, a group of children who had known the twins in life stumbled upon the spectral duo. Recognizing the familiar faces, terror overcame them, realizing the impossibility of the encounter. Whispers spread like wildfire among the trick-or-treaters, and a sense of dread settled in. The news of the apparitions reached a small gathering of children at the end of the street. Panic rippled through the group as they exchanged nervous glances, their eyes reflecting the fear that gripped their hearts. The twins, unaware of their spectral state, continued to approach, their expressions frozen in perpetual innocence. The kids, unable to comprehend the supernatural, succumbed to fear's irrational grip. With a collective gasp, they abandoned their quest for candy and scattered in all directions, leaving behind a trail of discarded treats. The spectral twins, confused by the sudden exodus, watched in silence as their Halloween escapade turned into a haunting spectacle. As the last echoes of fleeing footsteps faded away, the spectral twins remained on the quiet street, their ghostly gazes scanning the darkness. Unaware of the effect they had on the living, the boys continued their eternal trick-or-treat, forever chasing a sense of normalcy that eluded them in the realm between life and death. And so, in the stillness of that Halloween night in Tucson, the spectral twins roamed, their presence haunting the memories of those who had once known them, a chilling reminder that sometimes the boundary between the living and the dead blurs on the spookiest of nights. In the secluded village of Ravenshade, nestled deep within the shadows of an ancient forest, lived a mysterious woman named Seraphina. Whispers of her existence circulated among the women in the neighboring towns, for Seraphina was known to possess a dark and potent magic. Word spread that Seraphina had the power to exact vengeance on unfaithful husbands. Broken-hearted wives, their souls heavy with betrayal, would seek her out in the dead of night, guided only by the dim glow of flickering candles leading to Seraphina's hidden abode. The path to her cottage was shrouded in mist, and the air carried an unnatural chill. As the wives approached, a sense of foreboding gripped their hearts, but the pain of betrayal propelled them forward. Seraphina's dwelling, draped in ivy and surrounded by twisted trees, exuded an aura of ancient power. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of exotic herbs and the soft chanting of incantations. Seraphina, with raven hair cascading down her shoulders and eyes that mirrored the depths of a bottomless abyss, welcomed each anguished wife into her dimly lit sanctum. In hushed tones, the women divulged the tales of betrayal that haunted their nights. Seraphina listened, her gaze piercing through the shadows, and with a solemn nod, she would accept their plea for retribution. The ritual would commence, a dance of shadows, whispered curses, and the sizzling scent of potent potions. The curse Seraphina bestowed upon these unfaithful husbands was not one to fade with time. It was an insidious enchantment, a haunting presence that clung to the very essence of the transgressors. From that moment forward, their lives would be plagued by misfortune, their paths entwined with shadows that whispered of their past sins. The curse transcended generations, weaving its tendrils through bloodlines and family histories. Sons and grandsons would inherit the burden of their forefathers' infidelity, each step marked by an unseen force that led them down a desolate path. As the cursed husbands and their descendants stumbled through lives fraught with tribulations, the legend of Seraphina grew. Whispers of the vengeful witch echoed through Ravenshade, a cautionary tale passed down from mother to daughter. The women, driven to Seraphina's doorstep by the agony of betrayal, became both victims and bearers of a curse that lingered through time like a haunting melody. And so Ravenshade remained shrouded in the mystique of Seraphina's curse, a tale of heartache, revenge, and a witch whose dark magic cast shadows across generations, a relentless reminder that the consequences of infidelity could never be escaped.